Welcome to my channel for comprehensive tutorials on fundamental principles to complex problems. I'll cover it all. Feel free to share, subscribe for more contents. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome back to all those who are waiting for this paper for a long time. And thank you very much for all your messages in my WhatsApp and in my comment section. Now, paper was on 9th of January 2025, and this paper is Pearson Edexcel International Advanced Level and Pure Mathematics P1. Now, in here, there are 7 questions altogether. I'll be solving all those questions. Now, let's begin with question number 1. In here, once we are solving this question, we need to know there are certain rules that we have to follow. Now, before I go for this one, I just like to write as a first step, and the most important thing you should always remember that this is the first step, 8x cube, and I can write this under root as x to the power 1 over 2. Now, this is something very critical, that it is 2 over 5, x will go as a numerator and it becomes negative 3. This is the first step you should always remember. Now in here, as once we are differentiating, what if I write, for example, 8x cube, that means 8 times 3 is a 24, and x is going to be reduced and to 2. So this is going to be integration. Now differentiation. Now once we are doing over here, we are going to do the opposite. What we do is, I will write 8x 3 plus 1. We are adding as the opposite of differentiation. Now in second step, I will write x, and here 1 over 2 plus 1. I'm doing this separately in the first step so that you can understand clearly. Now it is going to be minus 2 over 5 and x minus 3, and plus 1 is going to give us negative 2. So I will write a plus c. Always remember, plus c is a must. Now in here, what I do is 8x power 4 and divided by 4. Now next step is going to be 6, and this is going to 1 over 2 plus 1 is going to be 3 over 2, and I will be dividing this by 3 over 2. Now the next one is going to be minus 2 and 2 over 5, and this is going to be x minus 2 and divided by minus 2. Divided by minus 2. Now this is to be very carefully understood, that this is going to be solve the next step. Now in here, the final answer is going to be this 8 divided by 4 is going to give us a 2x to the power 4, and this is going to be, now for example, if it is 6 divided by 3 over 2, 6 divided by 3 over 2, it also means that 6 multiplied by 2 over 3, that means 12 over 3, which is going to be 4. So 4 is going to be the answer for this part. Now in the second term, what we are going to write as a final answer is going to be 4 and x 3 over 2. Now last one is going to be, as you can see, it is a minus minus is a plus, and 2 times 2 divided by 2 is going to be giving us a 1. So I will write 1, and here I will write 5, and this is going to be x to the power minus 2, and plus c is a must. Always and always remember, plus c is something that you should not miss. Now when it comes to the final answer is going to be this one, 2x power 4 and negative 4x power 3 over 2, and plus 1 over 5 x to the power negative 2. If you want to write it as positive exponents, you can write one more line like this, 4x power 3 over 2 and plus 1 over 5. Bring this exponent down and make it as a positive, and this is going to be your final answer for question number 1 to get full marks. Now when it comes to question number 2, I am proceeding for question number 2. Now as you can see in question number 2, it says, in this question you must show all stages of your working. Solutions relying on calculator technology are not acceptable. Now in here it says, given that the point A has a coordinate minus 2 under root 3 and 5, and point B has coordinates 7 under root 3 and 8. Always remember that these two are x1 and y1, and these ones are x2 and y2. So this one always something that you always keep in mind. Now it says that you need to show that the gradient of L1 is P under root 3, where P is a rational constant to be found. You must show each step of your working. So first of all, we follow y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, x2 minus x1 divide sign should be here. And as we can see here, then 8 and 5 are the ones for y2 and y1. 8 minus 5 divided by 7 root 3 minus minus 2 under root 3. So final answer is going to be something 8 minus 5 is going to be 3. And here we have 7. This is going to be written as 7 under root 3 and plus 2 under root 3. So 7 plus 2 is going to be 9. So I can simply write 9 under root 3. Now rationalizing the denominator. Now in here I can say very confidently that this is going to be 1 over 3 under root 3. And when we are rationalizing, we know very well that we are multiplying and dividing by the root of 3. So this is going to give us root 3 over 3 times 3. So this is going to be under root 3 over 9. So this is going to be the answer. Or we can write this in another way, that it is 1 over 9 and under root 3. Both are going to be same. And as we can see here, this is the value of P that we are looking for, and under root 3 is over there. So this is the final answer for the first part of the question. Now, when it comes to the part B of this question, says straight line L2 is perpendicular to L1. That means whatever gradient of L1 is, it's going to be reciprocal and opposite sign. That means the gradient of second line is going to be 9 over under root 3 negative. As you can see, this is a reciprocal of first line. And rationalizing the denominator, we are going to multiply this by under root 3 and this also multiply by under root 3. So this is going to be 9 under root 3 divided by 3. So the final gradient is going to be 3 root 3. This is the gradient of second line. Now I'm using y equals mx plus c, y equals mx plus c. Now I'm taking this as y. So y point is 5 and the gradient is negative. Gradient is negative 3 root 3 and the value of x is negative 2 under root 3 and plus c. That's how we can find out the value of c, how much c is. Now this is going to be 5 is equals to negative negative is a positive, 3 times 2 is a 6, and under root 3 times under root 3 is going to be giving us a 3. So this is going to be multiplied by 3 plus c. Now this means that 5 equals 18 plus c. That means c is going to be 5 minus 18 is going to be negative 13. So the final equation of L2 is going to be y equals m is negative 3 root 3 and minus 13. It's going to be the final answer for this question. So this is the equation of L2. Now I'm moving on to question number 3, which is over here. When it comes to question number 3, and most of the students, they made one simple mistake and that led to losing marks. In here, the population of a town was monitored, and exactly 5 years after monitoring began, the population was 58,000. Exactly 10 years after monitoring began, the population was 65,000. Given that the population of the town P is already in thousand, Most of the students wrote 58,000, and that led to the mistake. T years after monitoring began can be model equation p square equals a plus bt cube. T is in time and p is population. So what I can make out with this first expression, that says that uh, time is 5 and population is 58. So I will just simply write 58, not thousands. That's where the mistake was. And t is equals to, when t is equals to 10, the population is 65. Instead, students wrote 65,000. That led to the mistake. And I got two equations with this, two expressions. First one is saying 58,000 is equals to a plus b, and the time is 5 years. So I will write 5 cube. And next one is 65 square is equals to a plus b, which is 10 cube. These are the two equations that we have. And we can say that once we subtract equation 1 from 2, so what we conclude is that 65 minus 51, 65 square minus 58 square is equals to 1000 b minus 125 b. Since this a and this a is going to be cancelled, so 5 cube is going to give us 125 and 10 cube is going to give us 1000 b. So 125 b I must write. So ultimate calculation is going to be 65 square minus 58 square, and here you will get 875. 1000 minus 20, 125 is 875b. And once I do the simple calculation, it's going to give us 65 square minus 58 square divided by 875. B is going to be equals to 0.984. Now, once we have the value of A, we can easily find out the value of, once we have the value of B, we can simply find out the value of A. Since I have second equation, I will write 65 square is equals to A plus B. B value is 0.984 times 1000. So this is going to be 65 square will be equals to A plus 984. That means once we do the calculation, it's going to, A will be equals to 3241, which is going to be the answer for A and B, so that you can secure part A. Now moving on to part B of this question, it says according to the model exactly T years after monitoring began, the population was 85,000. Now in here, what we can say is that find the value of T giving your answer to one decimal place. Now we know very well that P square is equals to 3241, and it was 0.984, and it was T cube. So simply we need to make T the subject. So what we do is P is going to be 85,000. 85 square is equals to 3241 plus 0.984 times T cube. So what we can say is I can make it a capital T, and this is going to be T cube will be equals to 85 square minus 3241 divided by 0.984 And once we need to find out the value of t, it's going to be cube root of 85 square minus 3241. Once we put this in calculator, we get the value of t as 15.938. So since we need the answer in one decimal place, so the final answer for t is going to be 15.9. The value of t is going to be 15.9 is the final answer for this part of the question. Now comes the next question, which is there any other part? No, there's no other part. Now moving on to question number 4. Now in question number 4, it says in this question, you must show all stages of your working. Solutions relying entirely on calculator technology are not acceptable. Now in here it says in the first part of the question says given that y equals a to the power x, where a is a positive constant, expressed in simplest form in terms of y and a. Now we should use a and y only, but it says you know very well that when numbers are multiplied, powers are added. So if powers are adding here, that means this is a multiplication. So we can simply write this is a to the power 3x is multiplied by a to the power 1. So if I simplify this part, you will get to this part, right? So it is here I'm simplifying in two stages. This means that this is when it's in the form of a to the power x. So I will simply write that this is a y cube and it is a. As you can see that it is already in terms of a to the power x. Okay, so I will write it as y to the power y cube and times a. So in most simplified way, I can write this one as an answer in terms of a and y. So this is going to be your final answer. Now these are all manipulations of laws of exponents. Now in this part, as you can see, I can simply take this whole denominator as a numerator. And the only thing is going to be changing is the sign of the exponent. Now, if I take this whole thing as a numerator, I will write this one as 5 times 3 to the power 1 minus x, and this is going to be a positive 2. This is going to be the first step. Okay, and this means you know very well that this exponent is for both of them, for 3 and for this both of them. So I can simply write in this way that this is 5 times 3 square, and a has a power already 1 minus x, which is going to be multiplied by 2. So this is something you should always remember. So this is going to multiply by 5 times 9 is a 45. I can simply write like this, and this is going to be a to the power 2 minus 2x. So this is the second step soon after this one. Now what I will do is I will bring this. Now look at this carefully. Now I will write down this one as a to the power my positive 2x. This negative 2x is going to be changing to positive 2x, and this will go down. These are simple rules of exponents. Now in here I will write 45 a square as it is. As we know very well, a to the power x is equals to y. So that means I will write this one as y square. So this is going to be the final answer for this part of the question. If you have any doubt, so you can see this part where it says that this has to be kept in mind. Now in here, what it says for the next question, let's see how do we solve this. Now when it comes to second part of it, it says use the substitution p equals 9 to the power t to show the equation. Now the question is something like this. Before I solve this, you should know very well that, for example, if it is 3 to the power 4t and plus 2, this means that there are two numbers which are going to be divided together. Or I can say that I can write this one that 3 to the power 4t times 3 square. Okay, so when I simplify this one, I get this. So this concept is to be very clear in your mind. So I will write the first part of this equation in this way. Now this is 3 and now this is 3 4 t and times or multiply sign we can write here, and 3 square and plus 1. Now this is equals to 82 times 9 to the power t. Now, now when it comes to 3 to the power 4t, that you should know very well that there is something extremely important I must tell you here, that for example if it is you have 3 to the power 4t, that means you are talking about 81 to the power t. 81 to the power t we are talking about, right? Now, is it possible for me to write 81 as 9 square and to the power t? Now, is it possible that I can write 9 to the power t square something like this? Yes. And now the question in this part, it says 9 to the power t is equals to p. So is it possible for me to write this whole thing as a p, and this is going to be square? Because in the question it says that 9 to the power t is equals to p, and I can write this as p square. Okay. Now in here, what I am going to do is that I will write this one as 9 to the power t square times 9 plus 1, and this is going to be straight 82 times 9t. There is a mistake here. Instead of, I will just move this one here and write 82 90. Now 9 to the power t it is actually 9 to the power of t. Now further simplification tells you that this 3 and this 9 is going to be multiplied together to give us uh, 27. So I will write here 27, and this is going to be 9t to the power 2. 9 to the power t power 2, and plus 3 times 1. This times this is going to give us a plus 3. So I will write here 3, and this is equals to 82, and this is going to be multiplying by 9 to the power t, something like this. Now in the next step, what I will do is I will bring this guy over here, 27, 9 to the power t square, and minus 82 p to the power t, and plus 3 will be equals to 0. So what I have done is I have taken this whole thing onto the other side of the equation and made it minus 82p to the power t. Now the question itself says that wherever 9t square I see, I can write a p. So that means this is going to be 27p square minus 82p and then plus 3, which is the required expectation of the question. As you can see over here, that this one and this one both are same. Now, next part is part B. I'll bring this guy a little up. Now what happens is that I will solve what I have got from the question number A, which is 27p square minus 82p plus 3 equals 0. I will solve this as quadratic equation. I will write 27p square and plus 3 equals 0. And I know very well that 27 times 3 is a 81, and 81. And when I'm finding the factors, I will say that 80 times 81 times 1 is 81. So how do I get this? Minus 81p and minus 1p is equals to 82p. Now in here, what is common? Common over here is 27. Out of these two, 27p is common, and I will write 1, and in here I get 3. So this is going to be p, and this is going to be minus 3. Copying and pasting this one once again. Then I look at the third term, which is minus p. How do I get minus p? When I multiply by minus 1. So first factor is going to be 27 minus 1, 27p minus 1, first factor, and second factor is p minus 3 equals 0. Now this means that 27p equals positive 1 and p equals 3. Now most of the students, they stopped here to find the value of p, but this is not what we want. P is equals to 1 over 27 and p is equals to 3. Now you know very well that p is equals to how much? P is equals to 9 to the power t from the above question. Now this is going to be 1 over 27, and this p is equals to 9 to the power t is equals to 3. Now again, using the rule of exponents, we know very well that 9 to the power t is equals to 3 to the power minus 3. 3 to the power minus 3, and this is going to be p to the power t is equals to 3 to the power 1. Now in here, I can say that 9 I can write as 3 square t, and this is going to be 3 to the power minus 3. Now I can write this one as 3 to the power 2t is equals to 3 to the power minus 3. That means when bases are same, powers are also same. So 2t is equals to negative 3, and t is equals to negative 3 over 2. This is the first value, negative 3 over 2. And second one is this one. So I can say that this one is equals to 3 square t, 3 to the power 1, and I can say that this is going to be, this is t. So that means this is going to be 3 to the power 2t is equals to 3 to the power 1, and that means 2t is equals to 1. That means t is equals to 1 over 2. So these are the two values we are looking for. Most of the students, what they did is they stopped here itself, and they thought that this is the answer, but that's not what is expected from a student. Okay, now this was part C. Let's see if it is part C. Now there is no part C. Now moving on to question number 5, which is something like this. Now, when it comes to question number 5, it says, in this question, you must show all stages of your working. Solutions relying on calculator technology are not acceptable. Now, it says the curve C has equation y equals 4x cubed plus 2 over x plus 9, and the value of x is greater than 0. Find dy dx, giving your answer in the simplest form. Now if I change this to dy dx, it's going to be 4 times 3 is a 12, and subtracting one exponent is going to be giving us a square, and comes a negative. Now 2 is going to be something like this, and x has a power 1, so above it goes and make it negative 2, and 9 gives you a 0. So that's what the question says. And simplifying further, it's going to be dy dx equals 12x. If you can write it this way, it's going to be much better, but both are fine. So this is going to be your final answer. Now proceeding to the second part of the question, it says that given that the point P lies on C, so what does this mean? That at P, the gradient is negative 5. As you can see, if I write this in terms of y equals mx plus c, so x value is saying that this is negative 5. If I write this one, y equals negative 5x plus k, negative 5x plus k. So this is actually telling us that this is a gradient. So negative 5 is the gradient of this. So now I can write here at p gradient is says at p the gradient is gradient of tangent, I must write here, is negative 5. So therefore that means at dy dx, dy dx gradient is negative 5. So what does dy dx? Dy dx is 12x square, just now we found, minus 2 over x square is equals to negative 5. Now the next step is to get rid of this square. So what I do is I multiply both sides by x square, multiplying both sides by x square. So what does it give you? It gives us 12x to the power 4, and x square and x square is going to be cancelled. So minus 2 is equals to negative 5x square. Now bringing this into another form, I can say that 12x power 4, this negative 5x square goes to the other side, and the sign is going to be changed. So I can write this plus 5x square, and negative 2 is equals to 0. Now if I say that I just want to proceed, I can say that x square, I consider as u. Okay, so u square will be equals to x to the power 4. So I will replace that over here, and I can say that this is 12 u square and plus 5 u and minus 2 equals 0. As you can see now, I have formatted this into the form of quadratic equation. Now 12 times 2 is a 24. 12 times 2 is 24, and 24 I can factorize by 8 and 3, and plus 8 minus 3 is going to give us a plus 5. So I can write this one as it is, and this one as it is, and I will split this middle term into two parts, plus 8u and minus 3u. So out of the first part, I can say that I have 4u, which is common, and 4 times 3 is a 12, so 3u and plus 2. I'll copy and paste this one once again, 3u plus 2. Now look at the third, which is minus 3u, so 3u already have, so minus 1. So 4u minus 1 is going to be the first factor, and 3u plus 2 is going to be the second factor. Now I'll bring this guy a little down below to make room for my working. Now as I've already said that y that u is equals to, okay, in here I can say 3u plus 2 equals 0 and 4u equals positive 1. That means 3u is equals to negative 2 and u is equals to 1 over 4. Now, in the next part, I will say that u is equals to negative 2 over 3 and here u is equals to 1 over 4. Now, I'm replacing u with x square. So x square is equals to negative 2 over 3 and finding out root of this is not possible. So in here, it is not possible to have a root of negatives. And now we have this one, x square equals 1 over 4. That means x will be equals to negative and positive 1 over 2. But the question says that the value of x has to be greater than 0, as you can see over here. Yes, look at this one. It says the value of x should be greater than 0. So I'm going to consider, we have two values, x is equals to negative 1 over 2 and positive 1 over 2. So we consider x is equals to positive 1 over 2. This value has to be considered. Since we know the value of x is already 1 over 2, now we will put this into the equation given. Equation is y is equals to 4x cube plus 2 over x and plus 9, as you can see here in the paper itself. The equation is already given. This equation we are talking about. So y is equals to 4x cube plus 2 over x plus 9. In here, we are going to substitute the value of x that we have found as 1 over 2. Now, I will write this one, y is equals to 4 and x cube means 1 over 2 cube plus 2 over 1 over 2 plus 9. Now we are substituting this and finding out the value. So y is equals to 4 times 1 over 8. 4 times 1 over 8 plus 2 divided by half is going to give us a 4 and plus 9. Now in here, y is equals to, this is going to give us a half. This is going to give us 4 plus 9, which is going to be y is equals to 13 half, which is going to be y equals 27 over 2. So now we know the value of x and value of y. X is 1 over 2 and y value is 27 over 2. These are the two values of x and y. Now they are asking us to find out the value of k. So I will write this one once more, 1 over 2 and 27 over 2. These are the two values we are talking about. And in here, we will write y equals this equation we are talking about. Okay. So in here, gradient is already given. We need to find out the value of k. I will write this equation in terms of y equals mx plus c. So y is equals to minus 5x plus k. Now this means I know the value of y. The value of y is 27 over 2 is equals to negative 5 multiplied by 1 over 2, which is the value of x plus k. I will take minus 5 whole 1 over 2 on the other side and make it as positive 5 over 2, which is going to be the value of k. and this is going to be 32 over 2, which is going to be the value of k, and the value of k is going to be 16. This is the final answer. Now, since we have found out the value of c, which is k equals 16, moving on to the next question, which is question number 6. Now, in here, it says the curve C has equation y equals f of x, and x value of has to be greater than 0. Given that the point P, 4, and 5 lies on C, and f inverse of x is equals to 2x squared plus ax plus b over 4 under root x, where a and b are constants. The gradient of the tangent to C at P is 7. Now you have to show that 4a plus b equals 24. Okay, let's begin this question. So in this question, it says that f inverse of x is equals to 7 at point p equals 4 and negative 5. So this is something you should be very clear. Or in other words, what we can say is that f inverse of x is equals to 4 when it is 7. Now, once we put this value of x into the equation given, we can say that it is 2 and 4 square plus a, and again I will use 4 substituting x, and plus b over 4 under root x. That means I will write 4 under root 4. So instead of under root 4, I can write 2 directly, because under root 4 is equals to 2. So 4 is going to multiply by 2, which is going to give us an 8. So simply, if I write 8 here, that should not be a problem. Now, is equals to 7. Okay, because it's already given here in the question. So what I will do is 2 times 4 square is a 16, and plus 4a plus b plus b is equals to 8 times 7 is a 56. I will write 56 directly, and this gives us 4a plus b, and 2 times 16 is going to be 32. So I will write 56 minus 32. So I can clearly say that 4a plus b equals 24, which is expected from us in part A. As you can see, to show that 4a plus b is equals to 24. So you get 2 marks for this question. Now, given also that a plus b equals negative 9. Now, in here, we have 2 equations now. We have 4a plus b equals 24, and second equation says a plus b equals negative 9. Now, we are subtracting from this. What we can say is, okay, making it negative, negative, and positive. So these two are going to be cancelled. So this is going to be 3a equals 33. 24 plus 9 is going to be giving us 33. So the value of a is going to be equals to 11. Now, we need to find out the value of b. We know very well a plus b equals negative 9. The value of a is 11 plus b equals negative 9. So that means b will be equals to negative 9 and negative 11. So that means the value of b is equals to negative 20. Now that we know the value of a and b, we are going to substitute this in the provided function. So I will write the same as by substituting the value of a and b. I can write 2x squared plus 11x and minus 20, and I will write this one as 4x to the power 1 over 2. And I have a reason for this, because 4x to the power 1 over 2 is for all three of them. So I can write this 2x square over 4x 1 over 2, and this is plus 11x over 4x 1 over 2, and then minus 24x 1 over 2. This is going to be, now next to this is going to be simple, as this is going to be giving us 1 over 2, and this is going to be, so 2, this is going to be giving us 3 over 2, and this is going to give us 11 over 4, 11 over 4, and then this is 1 is going to be giving us 1 over 2, and this is going to give us minus 20 divided by 4 is going to be giving us 5, and x will be equals to negative 1 over 2. And always remember to write a plus c. Since you are integrating, you might lose marks if you don't write. Now, moving on ahead with this one, we know very well that there are certain things that you need to find out if we are finding out f of x. This is going to be 1 over 2, and 3 over 2 plus 1 is going to give us x to the power 5 over 2, and then divided by 5 over 2. And this is going to be 11 over 4, and this is going to be 3 over 2, and then divided by 3 over 2. Opposite function of differentiation. And then minus 5, x is going to be 1 over 2, and then this is going to be divided by 1 over 2. Now, further simplification, I need little space. So I pull this down. And as you can see in here, this is more simplified. This 2 is going to be cancelling with 205. But before that, I just take one more step. So this is going to be actually 2 over 5, and multiply by 1 over 2, and x to the power 5 over 2. And this is going to give us 2 over 3 is multiplied by 1 over 4, 11 over 4, and then x to the power 3 over 2. Because down there it was dividing, I multiplied and with the reciprocal. And then this is going to be minus 10, and x to the power 1 over 2. And always remember to write a plus c. Now, further simplification of this is going to give us further simplification is going to give us 1 over 5, because this is going to be cancelled, and x to the power 5 over 2, and plus this is going to give us 2 times 1 and 2 times 2 is a 4, 3 times 2 is a 6. So 11 over 6 x to the power 3 over 2 minus 10 x to the power 1 over 2 plus c. Now further simplification is going to be something like this. Now this function is giving us a negative 5, as you can see in the question. So I will write a negative 5 over here, which is equals to 1 over 5. And this is going to give us, if I write this in a radical form, I can say this is x to the power 5, and 11 over 6 plus 11 over 6 is going to be x to the power, instead of x, I can write this one as or we can totally change this, and we can say minus 5 is equals to 1 over 5 minus 5 is equals to 1 over 5, and under root 4 over 5 plus 11 over 6 under root 4 over power 3 and minus 10 under root 4 plus c. As you can see, these are all simplification of the above fraction. Now, when I take this as minus 5, this is going to be 4 to the power 5 divided by 5 is going to give us 32. 1 over 5 times 32 plus 11 over 6. This is going to give us 8, and minus 10. This is going to be a 2 plus c. Now further simplification will be done just below that. Now this is going to be minus 5 equals 32 over 5. Next, this is going to give us 2 times 3 and 2 times 4. That means 44 over 3 and minus 20 plus c. That's how we can find the value of c. Once we do all the calculations, what I can do is minus 5 plus 32 over 5, and this is going to be minus 32 over 5 minus 44 over 3, and this is going to be plus 20 is equals to c. So final answer is going to be c will be equals to negative 91 over 15. So this is the value of c that we are expected to find. Now in the next part, it says, but before that, we can write this equation in the form which is given in the question itself. It says 1 over 5 x to the power 5 over 6. I think, let's see where the question is. Yes. So 1 over 5 x 5 over 6 plus 11 over 6 x to the power 3 over 2 and minus 10 x to the power 1 over 2 minus 91 over 15. This is complete form of the equation. Now comes part B. In here, what is expected is we need to find out uh, curve C is transformed. This is the answer for this question. Now it says curve C is transformed to curve with the equation y equals f of f x minus 3. So the points we already have. Points are 4 and negative 5. So if it is negative 3, we have to add positive 3 into the 4. That means this is going to be giving us a 7. Y will not change. This is going to be new point of which is Q point. Because curve T is transformed to curve with the equation x minus 3. That means only x value has to be added to 3. Now comes, they are asking you to find out the, yes, this is the point we're talking about. State the coordinates of Q. The coordinates of Q are 7 and negative 5. Moving on to the next question, which is the last question, I guess, of this paper. Yes, the last question you can find over here. In question number 7, it says the curve C has equation y equals 2 over x minus k. So actually we are looking for a graph something like this, okay, which is the reciprocal of y equals x. Now, in here, what do we do is we need to have a certain understanding that we have a graph something like this, a rough graph, I should say, something like this. It's going to be okay. So now let's see how it works. In initial, it's saying y equals 2 over x minus k. So you will have a graph plotted something like this. This is y-axis, this is x-axis. Now you need to have a clear understanding if y equals 2 over x minus k. So if I assume y is 0, so 2 over x minus k, that means k will be equals to 2 over x. That means x will be equals to 2 over k. So this is a clear understanding that we have y equals 0 and x will be equals to 2 over k. Now, since these are x and y coordinates, so ultimately we should have a graph something like this. And this should go something like this. Now, this is negative 2. This one is negative 2. And it is crossing from to this point is going to be 2 over k, 0. Now, this is the original graph that we are expected to do. But in here it says an edge should cross from negative 2. So these two should be going down. So I would go for something like this. If I remove this one and I place something like this where it is crossing from negative 2. Okay. So if I place this straight line or just remove this guy from here and bringing this little down so that it should cross from negative 2. So your graph is going to be something, I try something else. Yes, something like this because it should cross from negative 2. And the other one is something like this. Let me see how this can be done. Something like this. And it should cross from something like this. I better draw freehand. Something like this. And this point has to be 2 over k and 0. So this is the sketch of the function. Now moving on to the next part of the question, where it says that y equals, first equation in the first part it says y equals 2 over x and minus k. In the second part it says y equals minus kx minus 6. So as you can see, both of the equations are equals to y. I can just place in place of y 2 over x minus k equals negative kx minus 6. So ultimately we are going to take everything on the other side. So this is going to be minus kx and minus 6 and plus k and negative 2 over x. So ultimately we need to get rid of this, everything equals 0, because I have taken all these 2 on the other side of the equation. So now that we have minus kx minus 6 plus k minus 2 over x equals 0. So I need to get rid of this x, this one, as a denominator. I multiply everything by x. So once I multiply everything by x, something like this, so I'll get rid of this denominator. So this is going to be negative kx squared minus 6x plus k minus 2 equals 0. Now in the middle, I can see there are 6x and plus k. So out of this, if I take away, if I just multiply everything by negative 1, so I will get kx squared minus 6x plus k minus, signs are going to be changed of every term, kx squared plus 6x minus k plus 2 equals 0. Now in here, this is going to be kx and this is also kx. So now x is taken common out of this. So it's going to be kx squared plus 6x minus kx plus 2. Out of this, if I take x as a common, kx squared plus x, 6 minus 1, 6 minus k plus 2 equals 0. Now I know very well that in here I have to find out using a quadratic formula. So for the quadratic formula, I should have two distinct solutions. That means uh, for two distinct solutions, I should have b square minus 4ac should be greater than 0. First of all, we test this one. So in here, a value is k, b value is 6 minus k, and value of c is a 2. As you can see, value of a is 1k, value of b is 6 minus k, and the value of c is plus 2. So these three things are going to be substituted in the quadratic formula. And or we can use in here, what we can do is we have, or there is something else that we can do. In here we have 6 minus k square minus 4a, which is c, and we have c, which is 2, should be greater than 0. Now in here, if I open this bracket, I should get 36, and 6k, and double of 6k is going to be 12k, and plus 4 times 2 is an 8, 8k. This has to be uh, equals to, uh, this is a k square plus k square minus 8k should be greater than 0. Now in here, what I can do is, there is a k square minus 20k and plus 36. As we can see, this quadratic equation has k square minus 20 plus 36, and this is greater than 0. Now let's see what factors this has. We know very well we need to get 20. So I will just simply write k square like this, and plus 36. And I know 18 times 2 is a 36. So minus 18k, and minus 2k is going to give us a minus 20, and 18 times 2 is a 36. So k is a common in the first one, and it's going to be k minus 18, and I will copy and paste once again k minus 18, and in here I will get minus 2. So k minus 2 and k minus 18 are the two factors. So that means k is equals to plus 2, and k is equals to plus 18. So these are the two values. And when it comes to the curve, that I can say that you would get a curve something like this. These two are going to be the values. Now this is plus 2. This is going to be a plus 2 over here, and this is going to be 18. And this should be crossing from, when this goes up, this is going to cross at plus 36, something like this. So now the basic idea is that all the values that you are going to get, now in here it question says find the range of possible values of k. So possible values of k are plus 2 and plus 18. And we should know very well that every time, every single time, the y value is negative. As you can see here, y value, as soon as you get negative, these are the negative values, and all the positive values are to be taken when the y value is positive, something like this. These are the values we are talking about. So anytime k is negative 2, k is less than 2, and k is greater than 18, we are going to get the solutions. Now when it comes to the next part of the question, I think there are two parts only, A and B. Now that we have reached question number 8, it says that figure 1 shows a sketch of a design for a badge. Now you can see this badge is made up of a triangle, which is obtuse angle triangle, and a sector of a circle. Now radius of the circle is 3.4, and it says the design consists of a triangle OAB joined to a sector OBC of a circle with center O in design. Now OB is 3.4, AB is 1.9, and as you can see, angle AOB is pi over 6 radians. So always remember these calculations are in radians. So be extremely careful about your calculator and the settings in your calculator. Angle OAB is pi over 2 radians. Now, making your method clear, make sure to show all the workings. So first of all, we are going to work with this triangle that we see. This is taken out from that particular batch. And in here, we are finding out this angle, as you can see, OAB. This is the angle we are, need to find out. Now, for the calculation, we know very well that sine x over 3.4 and sine of pi over 6 is in proportion of pi over 6 is in proportion of 1.9. It's very clear. Okay. Now, once we need to find out the value of sine of x, that means we need to multiply 3.4 with the sine of pi over 6 and divided by 1.9. This screen that you can see, I have put all the calculations, and this gives us x is equals to 1.1078 and 4. So this is the value of x. But always remember that this is the value that we need to have more than 90 degree, as you can see. So that means we have to subtract this value from the value of pi. So pi minus 1.10784 is going to give you 2.03375. So this is the value you should see, and always remember this value is in radians. Now moving ahead, this is the answer you should expect for this angle. Now moving ahead and solving part B of this question, as you can see, it says find the area of a triangle OAB in square centimeters. And triangle OAB, that means we are talking about the same triangle. I don't mind if I copy this same triangle down below to make things better and clear. Now this has been copied over here, and this value what we have got is I should change this to this angle is equals to 2.03. So this is 2.0337 and 5. This is the reading of angle OAB. Now we need to find out the area of this triangle, and in here I will use sine rule. A is equals to half of AB and sine of C. This the formula is very common to find out the area. Now if we need to find out the angle, we need to have theta equals pi value minus pi over 6, and it has to be added to 2.0337 and 5. Now I'm putting all these into the formula of area. Area will be equals to half of 3.4, which is the radius, and the value I have got from the calculation above. This is going to be sine of pi minus pi over 6 plus 2.034 onwards. Now this calculation should give you 1.78156, or they are asking you to find out in 3 significant figures. So I will write the answer in terms of 1.78 square centimeters. Now this is your answer for part B. Now moving on to the next question. In here it says given that the ratio of the area of the sector OABC and the area of a triangle OAB is in the proportion of uh, 3 is to 3 is to 2. Now, we should know very well that the area of the sector should be found out first, or we can find out the area of a triangle. Both are fine. Now, in here, area of the sector, we can say is since these values are in radian, so we will not use uh, theta over 360 pi r square. We'll be using the radian formula. So area of a sector, if I say this is going to be half of radius square, and this is going to be alpha. Alpha is this angle we're talking about. This angle I'm considering as alpha. Okay, we are talking about COB. So first we need to find out this angle and see how it comes out. Now radius is 3.4, which is given in the question itself. Okay, so they are in proportion. So area of a sector I will write here, and in proportion of area of a triangle. So this is 3 is to 2, and area of a sector, if we need to find out, it's going to be 3 times 3 over 2, 1.78 is divided by 2. Since it's in the proportion of 3 over 2, that's how we can find out the area of a sector. So this is going to be half of pi r square times alpha. Okay, now both of them are equal, so I can write all this in one line and see how it comes up. I will write all this once again, and I will say that 1 over 2, 3.4 square times alpha, and this is equals to 3 times 1.78 over 2. So this 2 and this 2 is going to be cancelled from both sides, and alpha value is going to be 0.46234, or this is saying to write in 3 significant figures. So I will write alpha is equals to 0.462. This is how we got the answer. Okay. So as you can see, it's given in the question itself that the angle BOC is 0.462, and we have found out that the alpha angle is 0.462. Now the last part of this question, in which they're asking you to find out the perimeter of the badge. So perimeter of the badge, that means I should bring this shape once again. Once I bring this shape, it's going to be easier for you to understand. As I bring it here, I will remove this. In here, it says that we need to find out for perimeter is equals to OC plus CB, which is this one, and then we need to add BA, and then OA we need to find. Okay, OC we know very well, it is 3.4. This one is 3.4. So OC is 3.4. We need to find out this one. BA is known to us. This one is 1.9, and then we need to find out OA. Let's see. To find out CB first. CB, if we need to find out, it's going to be equals to 3.4 and the angle that we know very well, it is 0.462. So which is going to be equals to, CB will be equals to 1.571 CB. So we have CB also. Now we need to find out angle, we need to find out side OA. And for that, we are going to find out using a this triangle we are talking about. This triangle we are talking about. And in here, we are going to use a sine rule. And for this, we have x, which is unknown, and sine of x minus x over 6 and plus 2 what was that? Let me check once again. 2.0337. 2.0337. And this is for 1.9, which is in proportion of sine of pi over 6. So with this calculation, as you can see over here, I'm finding out sine inverse. For that, we need to have 1.9 will be multiplied by sine of, which is a cross multiplication, of course, and x minus, this is a pi actually, pi minus pi over 6 plus 2.034 I can take, and it has to be divided by sine of pi over 6, which is equals to x. Once we put all these calculations in the calculator, we should get x, which is equals to OA, is equals to 2.0951. So this is the length of OA. Now that we have all these values together, this is 2.0951, and this is equals to 1.571, 1.571. Now we add up all these to get the perimeter of the shape. So I will add up 3.4 to get the perimeter. 3.4 plus 1.57, 19, and plus 1.9, and then we add 2.0951, which is going to be equals to 8.967. And since we need the answer in the nearest integer, as you can see this one, nearest integer, that means this is going to be a whole number, which is going to be 9 centimeter is the perimeter of this batch. This was the last part of question number 8. Now we are moving on to question number 9. Now, as you can see in question number 9, it says there's a figure given, and figure 2 shows part of the sketch of a C1 with equation 6x minus 227 over 4 minus x squared in the form of a plus b bracket open x plus c whole square. So this is a vertex form which is given. So now, as I can see, this is a quadratic equation. I will turn this one into a quadratic equation. How I do it, it's something like this. I will write minus x square and this gives you a plus 6x, and constant is going to be 27 over 4. Now this is the first step towards solving this question. Now I can see that this negative is going to be a problem for me, so I will separate this from the original equation, and this is going to be x squared plus 6x, and I will keep this constant as a separate 27 over 4. Now I'm going to deal with x squared plus 6x and make it in the form of a plus b whole square. Now this is going to be negative 1, I must write here, and if I break this up, it's going to be x plus uh, 6x. What is the half of 6x? It's a 3x. So I will write 3 over here, and I will write a square. And once I expand this bracket, I will get a plus 9 also. So I will write minus 9 over here, because this is going to be a opposite of plus 9. Now this is going to be a negative 27 over 4. Now I'm doing this step by step so that you can understand clearly. Now this is going to give us negative x plus 3 whole square, and negative negative is going to be a positive 9, and negative 27 over 4 is going to be the same, no change in this. Now as the first step, I must say that once we are simplifying this, I know very well these two numbers 9 and 27. So 4 times 9 is going to be 36. So final is going to be minus 36 over 4, and minus 27 over 4, and then minus x plus 3 whole square. Now in here, once we are simplifying this, we are going to get 9 over 4, and this is going to be a plus, so plus 36. So it's going to be 9 over 4 and negative x minus 3. It's going to be a negative. Now whole square. So this is going to be a final format of this equation. And in here, I can see that the value of A is going to be a 9 over 4. The value of B is going to be negative 1. And the value of C is going to be negative 3. So all these are going to be very clear understanding that we have this equation is simplified, as you can see. Now comes to question number 2, part 2 of this one. It says figure 2 also shows part of the sketch of C2, which is curve 2, with equation y equals cos of kx, where k is a constant and x is measured in radians. Now as you must know very well that this point is 9 over 4, as we have found out in the previous equation. This is the height, or you can say this is the height. Actually, I must change this. The maximum height it's going to reach is this one, 9 over 4. This is the maximum height this can grow. And now I know very well that once we are solving this, we have found out that this is y equals 9 over 4 minus x minus 3 whole square. So that means we have x minus 3 equals 0. That means x is equals to 3. So y we already know. So that means this point P is going to be 3, x will be 3, and y equals 9 over 4. This is the point. And now this point in the center is a 3. X is 3. Now the position of point P we have already found out. So this was the answer for part B. Now that we have found out the value of point P, now we are going to go further ahead with this question. Now, in the next part, it says that state the coordinate of a point B. Now, here we are going to find out the coordinates of point B. Let's see how do we get it. Equation is already given, which is equals to 6x minus 27 over 4 minus x squared, and simplification, what we have found out is 9 over 4 minus x minus 3 whole square. So according to this means that once 6x minus 27 over 4 minus x squared equals 0, we will be able to find out the value of x. So now what we can do is this is equals to 9 over 4 minus x minus 3 whole square equals 0. And we know very well there are two values. First is x minus 3 square equals 0, equal this 9 over 4 will go to the other side, and if we can find out x minus 3 equals 9 over 4, that means x minus 3 is equals to plus minus 3 over 2. So in the first part, we can have x is equals to 3 plus 3 over 2. And the second part, we can have x equals 3 minus 3 over 2. There are two values. So this is going to be x is equals to 3 plus 1.5. And this is going to be 3 minus 1.5. X will be equals to 3 minus 1.5. So two values are going to be, this is going to be x will be equals to 9 over 2 and x equals 3 over 2 or 1.5. These are the two values that we can have. Or in the diagram, if I say this is going to be x will be equals to 3 over 2, which is 1.5, and this one is going to be 9 over 2, which is equals to 4.5. I can write here 1.5, or this one is going to be 4.5. And the distance between these two is going to be 3. Okay, so these are the two x coordinate of B. So x coordinate of B is going to be 9 over 2. This is going to be, x will be equals to 9 over 2, 0, 9 over 2 and 0. And this is going to be 9 over 4, 3 and 9 over 4. Now that we have found out the value of coordinates of point B, we are moving ahead with the next question, which is asking us to find out the value of k. When in the question above it says y is equals to cos of kx. Now in here, before I go for solving this question, I must tell you that if cosine of x is 2 pi, that means cosine of 2x is going to be double of it. That means it's going to be pi. That means cos of 3x is going to be 2x over 3. So this is very clear understanding with while we're working with. Now in here, for example, I'm asked to find out the value of cos of kx, and we know very well. So this is going to be 2 pi over k. So now in the question it says that 2 pi over k is equals to 6, that we have already found. We know very well that the distance between one cycle is 6. So we can easily find out the value of k for solving this part. So that means 2 pi equals 6k, and k is going to be equals to 2 pi over 6. That means the value of k is going to be pi over 3. This is how we can find out the value of k. This is the constant. Now comes part C, which is, I guess, the last part of this. We have already found that the value of C is 6. Now comes the last part of this question. In here, we need to find out inequality of to define the region R. For that, we should know that one is given y equals cosine of pi over 3x. So this is very clear. There are 2 points that we know very well, that P is equals to 3 and 9 over 4. This is the first point. And the second point is B, which is 9 over 2 and 0. So these are the 2 points. Now we need to find out the gradient of this line that we are talking about. This line. This line we are talking about, PB. This line. PB line we are talking about. First of all, we need to find out the gradient of this line. So how do we find the gradient? Gradient is going to be y2 minus y1. You know very well which one is y and which one is y2. This is going to be x1 and y1, and this is x2 and y2. So that means 9 over 4 minus 0 is divided by 3 minus 9 over 2. That means 9 over 4 is divided by 3 over 2, negative 3 over 2, because the solution for this one is going to be negative 3 over 2. And then further simplification gives us, if it is 9 over 4, it's going to be multiplied by negative 2 over 3, which is going to be 18 over 12. When further simplified, it's going to give us 6 over 4. That means negative 3 over 2. This is the gradient of this line. Now, once we have the gradient of this line, we can find out the y minus y1 equals gradient x minus x1. So that means this point is a 0, gradient is negative 3 over 2, and this is going to be x minus 9 over. Now, once we are solving this, we are going to get y equals negative 3 over 2x, and minus minus is a plus, and this is going to be 27 over 4. So this is going to be the equation of the line. We have found out the gradient, we have found out the equation of the line. Now, there are three different things happening together. First of all, we have first equation y, and this is 6x minus 27 over 4, 27 over 4 minus x squared. Second one is y cos of y over 3x. The second one. And the third one is minus 3 over 2, which is a straight line, x plus 27 over 4. So these are the three things that covers the area. Now, as you can see, the first one is all the shade is below this. That means all the values less than or equal to, and this one is going to be all greater than or equal to, it is above, and the last one is going to be less than or equal to all the values. These are the three lines that covering the region, shaded region, and that's the inequalities to define R. These are the inequalities that we have found out that defines R. This was the last question, and wish you all the best, and thank you very much for watching. Being very long video on this. Thank you once again, and wish you all the best. Make sure to please do subscribe and share this video. Thank you very much.